Hey, what's up everybody? It is DJ Jer here with Shop Time. A ton of people are asking what are the settings that you're using on your Evolve 50s. So I'm going to walk you through it here. The first couple things that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set it according to how you run your system. Now, pink noise is obviously the best way to run your gain structure, but gain structure is truly important in starting from the beginning, working your way to the speaker. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn all of our settings down here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and doing all this with one hand, so bear with me. So I'm going to turn my mic down, or my line down. This is where my board is coming into. Okay, so I'm turning this down all the way, and you're actually going to turn this all the way down as well. Okay, so basically you can see it says level mute. All right, you're going to go in, make sure that all of your low ends and everything is at 0 as well, because again, what we're going to do is we're actually going to start here. This is the Denon, this is the 8000. We're going to start actually at the beginning with the computer. So if your computer has a setting where you can turn it up here and it goes through the board by adjusting the volume on your keypad or on your computer itself, you want to start at that point. Okay, so let's see, I think a lot of mine, alright, so here this is actually the jog wheel on my board. But you can see that I am adjusting right there. There's my main gain for that line. Okay. Then my other gain, we're going to put at 12 o'clock. Okay, that's kind of a good place to kind of keep those at. Now your master on your board, you're going to start at 0. Okay. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to play your music, and you're going to watch these levels right here. So right now it's showing, and I don't even have the volume up on it, but it's showing that my volume is coming in at a pretty hot rate. So if I pull this up all the way, really what's happening is my line in is being controlled, or my volume for this deck is being controlled through this, but it's basically giving me the meter of this is how much is being pushed through that system right now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to change the master gain, and we're going to watch these meters. So as soon as those meters start getting right at about 0, so that's kind of the sweet spot for that. Now again, this is going to be different for every single person, every single board, every single computer, every single room that you're in. You're going to probably have to adjust the overall volume, but in your board, so you can see mine again is at 0, which is where you want to be. You don't want to be much higher than that, because then you start peaking. That's when you get distortion, that's when you get terrible sound. Okay, and if you run this all the same, then you're actually going to be able to adjust your volume and give you the most efficient speaker, the most efficient sound when it comes to your system. So I'm going to return back to the beginning on this song so that we can kind of see those levels. So again, get your levels at 0 the best you can. Try not to go over. As soon as you go over, again, that's when you start actually creating distortion. That's when you start creating issues in your sound. Now, we're going from the board. We're going straight from the board into our speaker. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and the next step is this volume right here is coming in, and you're going to see the meter. You're going to see this meter actually start activating in line 1 as soon as I start bringing this up. Okay, so again, your goal is to get it right before it peaks. So what I usually have mine at, again, according to my board, I usually run mine at about 2 o'clock. So you can see that right here. Again, this is going to be completely different for every single person, so don't just assume you're always going to be running at 2 o'clock. Now you can see it's getting pretty close. Might want to back it down maybe just a little bit. Now, the last thing you do is you control this volume knob, and you start bringing up your levels right here. So remember, we turn this all the way down to start. And now we're going to turn this dial up. We have to unlock it. We're going to turn the dial up. You can start hearing the sound. Okay, so I'm still at negative 30. Okay, so you started to see it where it said limit. As soon as it starts hitting limit, that's when you need to back it down a little bit. Now this is a song that's got a little bit more bass, it's got a little bit more rumble, so it's using a lot of the juice to go into the sub. I probably would have blown the breaker in this warehouse office before I actually would have peaked in this sub or into this unit. So again, the goal, and I turned this down just so I could quickly talk to you guys, but the goal is to try and make it so it gets to the best volume without it hitting limit or without it hitting peak, and that's going to be how you set your gain structure. Again, this is going to be different for everybody, but that's where mine is at. I've got this one at 2 o'clock, I've got this one at about 2 to 3 dB, and you can even go in and you can, I usually run my sub, I usually run that at about a +2, giving me a little bit more low end as well, and it gives me a nice quality sound in the low end without it limiting. Again, always be watching, you don't want to hurt your speakers. If it starts to say limit, you need to back down. So hopefully that helps, guys, ladies, everybody. Hopefully that helps. The biggest thing when you are setting your gain structure is start from the top, working your way all the way back down to the speaker. Now, the reason I heard, or the reason I know this information is because I actually went to the audio symposium that Electro Voice puts on. It's going to be happening in the spring of 18. Make sure you watch. Yeah, spring of 18. Make sure you watch that schedule. If you can make it, I can guarantee you will get the best and the cleanest audio you could ever imagine in your systems, in your ceremonies, your receptions, everything. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. Thanks for watching. This is DJ Jared with Shop Time. We'll see you next time.